Have you ever paused and wondered if the love you're experiencing is truly liberating or quietly confining? In a world where romantic fairy tales often preach surrender, submission, or endless compromise, it's time to ask the deeper question: is this love feeding your power or draining your crown? For the women of Feminine Queen, love is not about dependency. It's about divine partnership. It's about recognizing your inner sovereignty and refusing to shrink for someone else's comfort. True love, my queens, honors your wholeness. It does not ask you to become smaller. It dares you to grow, to reign, to stand in your full radiance. You see, my ladies, this video isn't about romantic cliches or surface-level signs. We are diving deep into the inner sanctum of your psyche, where Carl Jung's wisdom meets the sacred principles of Stoic power. These 7 signs of true love are not just emotional checklists. They are mirrors of your inner world. They reflect how you relate to yourself, how you engage with truth, and whether the love you're in honors the royal court of your soul. Every point we explore today is meant to remind you that you are not a half looking for completion. You are a whole realm unto yourself. You are a feminine queen. So, let's begin this intimate journey, not toward someone else, but inward, toward your truth. Because once you know what true love really looks and feels like, you will never again settle for a kingdom built on sand. You will demand a throne built on reverence, freedom, and fierce inner knowing. Let's step into these 7 signs, one by one. 1. Sovereignty over possession. True love, my queens, is not about being held hostage in the gilded cage of someone's insecurity. It is about being seen as a sovereign being who does not belong to anyone, because she already belongs to herself. When a man truly loves you, he does not seek to possess you. He honors the wind in your hair, the fire in your ambition, and the silence in your solitude. He knows that love is not about claiming territory. It is about building a kingdom together, side by side. In psychology, autonomy is one of the core emotional needs that fuels our identity and self-respect. When that freedom is strangled by control or jealousy, the soul suffocates. Possessiveness might disguise itself as passion, but it's really fear dressed in velvet. A true consort does not fear your independence. He reveres it. And in Stoic thought, what you cannot control must never own you. So ask yourself, does this love give you wings or wrap you in chains? Because true love gives you space not to drift away, but to expand, to flourish, and to return. Not from obligation, but from choice. 2. Embracing the shadow court. True love doesn't require you to wear a mask, my ladies. It begs you to take it off. A queen is not just radiant in her light. She is regal even in her shadow. She knows that her darker emotions, rage, sorrow, lust, fear, are not flaws, but sacred aspects of her being. Carl Jung called this the shadow, the unconscious parts of ourselves that we often deny or repress. In a superficial love, we hide those parts to keep the peace. But in true love, your partner holds space for the whole of you, even the parts you're afraid to show. Imagine a consort who doesn't flinch when you're not perfect, who doesn't walk away when you break, who stands in the fire of your pain and says, "You're still worthy." This is emotional alchemy. This is the sacred dance of radical acceptance. He sees the depth behind your eyes and respects the storms you've survived. When he embraces your shadow, he honors your entire kingdom. And you, in turn, love him not for his perfection, but for his humanity. That is when you know the love is real, when both of you feel safe enough to take off the armor and be seen in your beautiful, complicated truth. 3. The Crucible of Becoming. True love doesn't just comfort, it challenges. It awakens something fierce in you. It doesn't whisper sweet nothings. It says, "Rise, queen." Psychology calls this self-expansion, a relationship that pushes you to grow beyond your comfort zone. If a love keeps you stagnant, if it never stretches your vision or inspires your evolution, it's not love, it's convenience. A real partner sees your dormant potential. The book you haven't written, the business you haven't launched, the power you haven't owned, and calls it forth without fear. He does not compete with your greatness. He collaborates with it. He becomes the mirror in which you see your untapped strength. And it's not always comfortable. Real growth never is. But the feminine queen is not here to play small. She is here to transform, and true love is the crucible that burns away the lies you've believed about yourself. In Stoic terms, virtue is forged through adversity. Likewise, in love, your partner becomes a sacred ally in your personal transformation. You step into each other's fire and come out forged, not wounded. Love should not hold you back. It should dare you to rise into the woman you were born to be. 4. Shattering the Gilded Mirror. Oh, my queens, this one is tender, because often the love we think is real is just a reflection of our unmet inner longing. Carl Jung revealed that what we love in others is often what we haven't yet claimed in ourselves. That strong, decisive man who took your breath away, he might have been carrying your unclaimed strength. That emotionally available lover who finally listened, he may have echoed the emotional attunement you had long denied yourself. This is called projection, and it's the illusion we all fall for. But sooner or later, the projection fades, and the man becomes human. The pedestal shatters, and if the love is true, what remains is better than the fantasy. It's a real person, imperfect and raw, but willing to meet you in the realm of truth. Stoic wisdom teaches that clarity is freedom, and when the mirage fades, you are finally free to love someone not as a hero or rescuer, but as a fellow soul on a journey. This is the moment where enchantment ends and embodiment begins, where you stop searching for magic outside and begin to awaken it within. And from that inner radiance, you love clearly, consciously, and courageously. 5. The Coronation of Wholeness. You are not a broken chalice waiting to be filled. You are a whole cathedral, echoing with wisdom and grace. The myth that a relationship completes you is one of the most toxic lies ever sold to women. True love doesn't complete you. It reflects the wholeness you've already claimed. In a sacred union, two sovereigns come together, not to fix each other, but to witness each other's light. This is the essence of individuation, as Carl Jung taught, the lifelong journey toward integrating all parts of your psyche, masculine, feminine, conscious, unconscious, into one radiant whole. When a queen knows her worth, she does not seek validation. She walks into love with a full crown. She does not beg, chase, or bend. She invites, she receives, she co-creates. In a relationship built on wholeness, independence is not a threat, it's the foundation. Each of you tend your own inner garden, and together you cultivate a forest. This is what makes love thrive, when both parties are rooted in their own soil, yet reach for each other in mutual awe. 6. The Sacred Rite. Some loves are earthly, others are divine. There are connections so rare, so spiritually charged, that they seem orchestrated by fate itself. Carl Jung called this the hieros gamos, the sacred intermarriage where your soul's masculine and feminine aspects unite, often mirrored in a relationship. These loves are marked by synchronicities, uncanny signs, mirrored dreams, even shared awakenings. But beware, my queens. The sacred does not mean the easy. This love is not a fairy tale. It is a daily ritual. It demands presence, reverence, and humility. You do not own each other. You serve a higher purpose through each other. Every kiss is a prayer. Every disagreement is a sacred initiation. In this space, love becomes more than romance. It becomes a divine vessel where two beings help each other return to wholeness. Stoic thought urges us to meet the divine with composure. Likewise, when you love from this higher place, you carry yourself with grace. You do not idolize your partner. You honor the divine that flows through them. And that changes everything. 7. The Throne Room of Truth. True love is not afraid of conflict. It uses it as a portal. The final sign is this. When conflict arises, it becomes an initiation, not a breakdown. Your partner triggers something deep, an old wound, an unmet need. And instead of lashing out or running, you look inward. Carl Jung taught that what irritates us in others reveals what we have not accepted in ourselves. The anger, the jealousy, the fear. These are messengers from the hidden chambers of your soul. In those moments, a feminine queen does not collapse. She ascends. She asks, what part of me needs my own love right now? In that sacred pause, transformation begins. And a man who loves you won't manipulate your emotions. He'll hold the space for your unfolding. Together, you'll turn every trigger into a treasure, you'll stop seeing pain as punishment and begin to understand it as prophecy. This is the throne room of truth. This is where your sovereignty is forged. And from here, you don't just love, you reign. My ladies, if your soul feels a little more seen, a little more held, then you know what this journey was all about. These 7 signs aren't just signs of romantic love. They're mirrors of the love you owe yourself. You are the sovereign architect of your reality. And every relationship you allow into your kingdom must reflect the truth that you are already whole, already worthy, already reigning. Never again confuse chaos with passion, or control with care. From this moment on, you walk as a feminine queen. Let these insights settle into your spirit. Write them down, reflect on them, revisit them when you're unsure, and most importantly, raise your standards, not out of pride, but out of reverence for your own sacredness. You deserve a love that sees you in full, shadow and light, power and vulnerability, and bows in devotion, not domination. And if this message resonated with you, my queen, I invite you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Share which sign touched you the most. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. You are not alone in this journey. This is a court of women who rise together, who rule with wisdom, and who love from their wholeness. Thank you for spending this sacred time with me. You are a feminine queen. You are light. You are strength. And you are deeply, undeniably worthy of a love that reflects your divine royalty. Keep shining. Keep rising. And until next time, reign with purpose and with love.